All right, traders, the watch list video here for Wednesday, September 29th. Now, I usually throw into the beginning of these videos, some highlights from the day. Honest to God, I actually had an okay day. I mean, I wasn't red and the market was ugly and I'm a long bias trader. But didn't take me very long this morning to realize things weren't following through. And I actually got some yard work done in the middle of the day because I'm not a big fan of fighting the market. And I had a couple a nice little scalping ALF, ALF, and the symbols escape me, but nothing literally worthy from me that I can remember of being put in a highlight reel right now. So we'll go to 5-minute candles to show you the SPY. We had the gap down, sold off, and look as it was unfolding. Okay, you think okay maybe it's bouncing here, and that was quickly thwarted. And you say okay, well now we got a hammer candle. And then you get the big volume, and guess what? It goes down and takes out the lows again. So it was certainly weak, and then decent bounce near the end of the day, but ended up going out pretty close to the lows of the day. The interesting thing to me is, and as a day trader who never holds anything overnight, I've had neighbors say, "Hey, how was the market today?" And I'll be like, "Well, I had a really good day." But well, no, what did the Dow do? And I literally won't know some days, right? Today the market was so weak, I happen to be fully aware, but there's days I don't know if the market was up or down because I'm an intraday trader. But the interesting thing to me right now going on is, let's see, let me try to figure out what year. Let's see, there's the beginning of 2021. So let me scroll back a little bit farther. So there's 2020. This is when everything was just skating along, right? And then boom, COVID, right? Early 2020, COVID. So once all that happened, and then somewhere in here, I don't know, a bunch of people discovered day trading. It's funny, but it's true. A whole bunch of people, and I've been doing this since just past the year 2000 probably. So I was ahead of the curve, right? And I'm a natural social distancer. I always have been. I've always been naturally shied away from being around people. People who knew me would laugh at that. Anyway. So somewhere in here, a lot of the world discovered, hey, I need a job that I can stay at home and make money from home. Don't have to worry about, getting in contact and catching a virus and all that. And so, and then, the meme stocks came and so on, and the market's been on fire really ever since. So what I'm trying to say is you've got to think about this. Early 2020, and again, I'm just guessing somewhere in here, May, June, July, a bunch of people figured out day trading might be the way to go. And look what the market's done ever since. There really hasn't been much weakness at all. You had a couple times here where it rolled over a little bit, but still steady, rising in the market. And so you have this is my thesis. You have a whole bunch of people, to quote Dave Portnoy, that think stocks only go up. And so to me, that's kind of a setup for a nasty psychological sell-off one of these days when people realize, holy crap, this time they're not bouncing, right? And then you could have a nasty sell-off one of these days. Again, it doesn't matter to me. And the market may never just have a big sell-off. Again, I suspect it will sometimes, but it doesn't matter if it happens tomorrow or a year from now or whatever. It doesn't matter to me because I'm a day trader. And if you're a day trader, it shouldn't matter to you either. But I just think it's a little bit interesting in the grand scheme of things, looking at, just this moment in history, you could see some kind of nasty sell-off coming. Having said all that, again, I'm a day trader, so I don't need to predict when that happens. And when it does happen, I'll be in front of my screens and, nothing for me will be setting up on the long side, and I'll probably catch some really nice PFPDs, potential final pushes down, some really nice, waterfall shape plays and get some nice rebounds anyway. So you can go long even in a weak market. But anyway, I just wanted to pass along kind of something that is kind of in the back of my mind that may happen one of these days. And again, I don't make any money off these predictions at all. It doesn't, as a day trader, you don't need to be right about the macro picture. You just need to have a list of stocks to watch each day that are recent high flyers, stocks that are in play, if you will. And then you need to have a process on how to trade them intraday when they're setting up. What is an A+ setup? If you don't get an A+ setup, don't trade, right? If there's nothing to trade nothing. I always say that. So when you put all those elements together, you just log in each day and hopefully add to your account balance, right? All right. So what are we watching for tomorrow? ALF, nice volume today. And it was actually pretty strong most of the day. I'll show you 5-minute candles. It's pretty strong, but then near the end of the day when the market just wasn't bouncing at all, it gave back some. But I do think that's worth watching tomorrow. ONDS, nice little breakout today in a very weak tape. So watch for a follow-through setup in that one tomorrow. DATS hasn't been trading that long. And one thing, if you know me at all, you probably think, why in the hell is this even on his list? Because it's up 5 days in a row, right? Generally, I look at that as, capitulation to the upside, and it very well may be. Let's see, it's trading at 1404 right now in after hours. So, but the other way I look at it is, you know what? The market was stupid weak, and this thing was stupid strong. So I'm going to watch this one all week. It's certainly extended in the short term, though. So I doubt I'll trade it tomorrow, but anything can happen. GOGO, nice breakout today. We'll watch for a follow-through day tomorrow. That's really nice volume there. MDIA, this one's holding up pretty darn well. You had that kind of mini trend line break to the upside yesterday and holding up pretty darn well in a week tape. So I do like the looks of that chart. OPTT, this one, the daily range on is pretty terrible. So I don't know. I threw it on watch just because, during the afternoon, got this big volume push, and it's holding up pretty well, and it's got a pretty strong daily chart from the recent past. So I want to watch that one. Toast, TOST is the symbol. Came public, 5 days ago, and just straight down. It just goes on bounce watch. I had it on bounce watch coming in today. Didn't come anywhere near giving any kind of a trigger, so it just goes back on bounce watch for tomorrow. NVAX, you can't see it here, but the 200-day, try to figure out, is it 195.58-ish? All right, so this is already down 3 days in a row, and then you got the 200-day around, the 195 area. So if we get another sell-off, I will probably look, especially if we get what I call intraday shape, down into the 195 area, I will absolutely be looking for some kind of setup for a snapback bounce from that area. And that may never happen. But anyway, that's kind of what I'm thinking for NVAX. DM, that didn't work. Hang on a second. Well, maybe it will. DMYI. Yep. You had the big 2-day run here. Kind of gave a lot of it back yesterday, and then another red day. Getting back near the 8-day. But anyway, you slice it. It did run from 10 to almost 13, and now partial pullback to the 11 area. So I do want to watch that for potential turn back up tomorrow. GOEV had a nice run for a couple days. Now you got a couple days lower on declining volume. Back down into the moving averages. Potential bounce for tomorrow. Bros. Recent IPO. I think somebody said it's coffee place on the West Coast. Big pop here out of the gate when it came public. And now, it had a red day, went sideways for a couple days, and now a couple more red days. Pretty good volume on the way down. But I am putting Bros on bounce watch now. Had a really nice bounce under the $42 area here and here. And then the day in between held that area also. So if we get down around or below 42, that might be an area to look for a turn on an intraday basis. Couple more PTK, ugly chart, but in after hours, this is trading at 11 bucks. So potential gapper tomorrow. And then GOVX, also in after hours, trading at 558. So potential gapper tomorrow. There's two potential gappers, PTK, GOVX, and we'll look for other gappers in the pre-market. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm done babbling. See you guys in the chat room in the morning.